They think it means don't feel anything, don't react at all, shut everything down. That's not stoicism. That's suppression. And suppression doesn't make men strong. It makes them unstable. The men who explode later in life aren't emotional men. They're suppressed men. Stoicism is not about killing emotion. It's about controlling it. And if men don't learn the difference, they don't become strong. They become brittle. What emotional suppression actually is. Emotional suppression is avoidance. It looks like pretending something doesn't bother you, shoving feelings down instead of processing them, using work, sex, alcohol, or distraction to escape, saying, "I'm fine," when you're not. Suppression delays emotion. It doesn't remove it. And delayed emotion always returns, usually sideways and destructive. That's why suppressed men lash out unexpectedly, sabotage relationships, burn out, collapse under pressure. They don't lack strength. They lack control. What emotional control actually is. Emotional control is awareness plus discipline. A controlled man notices what he feels, names it internally, decides how to act anyway. He doesn't pretend emotions don't exist. He refuses to let them drive the car. Control creates space. That space is where judgment lives. That's stoicism. Why men confuse the two. Men are rarely taught emotional discipline. They're told, don't be weak, man up, get over it. So they shut down instead of learning regulation. Suppression feels strong at first. No vulnerability, no discomfort. But over time, pressure builds. Stoicism releases pressure gradually. Suppression traps it. How this damages men's lives. 1. Suppression ruins relationships. Suppressed men don't communicate until they explode. They withdraw. They go cold. They create distance instead of clarity. That doesn't create respect. It creates confusion. Controlled men are calm and direct. They speak without emotion, leaking everywhere. That's leadership. 2. Suppression creates burnout. When emotion has no outlet, it turns inward. Men feel tired all the time, disconnected, unmotivated. They think they're lazy. They're not. They're carrying unprocessed weight. 3. Suppression makes men reactive later. What you avoid today controls you tomorrow. Men who suppress emotion often snap under stress because they never learned regulation. Stoicism prevents that by training emotional endurance. How men practice stoic emotional control. This is practical. Step 1. Acknowledge emotion privately. You don't vent to everyone. You don't deny it either. You recognize it internally. Step 2. Delay reaction. No immediate texts. No impulsive decisions. No emotional responses. Time restores authority. Step 3. Choose aligned action. You act based on who you are, what you value, where you're going, not how you feel in the moment. That's masculinity. Let every man be quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to anger. James 1:19. That verse describes emotional control, not suppression. The book of Enoch repeatedly warns that disorder begins when men allow desire and fear to override restraint. Stoicism preserves restraint. Restraint preserves order. Stoicism is not emotional death. It is emotional mastery. A strong man feels deeply, but he chooses carefully. If you suppress emotion, it will rule you later. If you control emotion, it will serve you. Kings don't beg. Kings don't bow. Kings build.